Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 13th of February, 18th of Shvat. We're continuing on in our laws about not mixing meat and milk together. And today we're on the halacha about how long you wait after you eat meat. So, I don't know if you know this one, it might startle you, but the Ramah says in the Shulchan Aruch that the time to wait after eating meat, before eating dairy, is 1 hour. That's what the Ramah says. And that, if you were to follow that, that would mean that after 1 hour, as long as you benched or said a bracha achrona, an after bracha after your meat or whatever it is that you ate there that was fleishiks, then as long as an hour has passed, you can just, even without rinsing your mouth, you can just go on to eat dairy. Um, now, if you have the custom to wait 6 hours, you can't just hear this from me and swap over to one. Whatever your custom is something that you must stick with. Okay, so if there were somebody out there listening who had this 1 hour custom and it was based on his family following the opinion of the Ramah, then perhaps you would be allowed to continue it. But just hearing this and saying, hey, I like that, I'm going to do that, no, you may not do that. You must stick with your custom. And as we're going to say at the end of today's halacha, many Jews follow the custom of 6 full hours. If that's your custom, you have to stick with that. Okay, now German Jews, they have the custom of waiting 3 hours. After they finish meat, they wait 3 hours until they eat dairy. And Rav Belsky says if that's your custom, you don't have to switch over to the 6 hour thing. German Jews, if they do have that custom of waiting 3 hours, they can stick with it. And he says, by the way, that the reason that it happened, that they ended up waiting 3 hours, was because they typically ate 5 meals a day. And so it was just normal to have about roughly 3 hours between their meals. So you finish a meal, you wait 3 hours, and then you could go on to your dairy meal after that. That's the custom of German Jews. There are some people out there who, when they say 6 hours, they don't wait a full 6 hours. They just wait until it's 5.5 hours. That's talked about in the Yabia Omer and the Pischei Halacha. Those people would follow the custom of 5.5 hours before going on to eat dairy after meat. The prevailing custom for most Jews is 6 full hours. That's 6 full hours. The Aruch HaShulchan says, as we mentioned earlier in today's halacha, he says don't change from that. If that's what you've been doing and that's your family custom, you should be sticking with that. 6 full hours. And when we say 6 hours, they're hours, 60-minute hours. You might know in halacha that there are other types of hours. We won't be explaining it here, but there are hours called sha'os zmanios, which kind of vary a little bit, and they can shorten down and be shorter than 60 minutes, but we don't mean those kind of hours here. When we say you need to wait 6 hours after you finish eating meat, it's 6 full 60-minute hours. More to follow on this tomorrow. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.